Hi everyone, welcome back. So happy to have you here. Thank you so much to all of my subscribers, and if you are new to my channel, I welcome you. This video is full super moon, nice and close to us, so it's going to look bigger than normal, in Gemini, December 3rd. Sorry I couldn't get this out any earlier. I had to do research and some notes and all kinds of stuff, so it took a little bit. We've got 3 huge aspects today on December 3rd, one of which Jupiter 11 degrees Scorpio is trining Neptune 11 degrees Pisces. We also have Sun 11 degrees Sagittarius is squaring Neptune 11 degrees Pisces. So there's kind of push and pull there between those planets. Mercury is retrograde 29 degrees Sagittarius as well. Full moon in Gemini is unlocking all of this really important energy today. From today on, we also have Saturn, what I call the taskmaster, and the teacher in Sagittarius at 28-29 degrees, crossing the galactic center between December 3rd and December 20th. So this is going to be amplifying all of the energies of all of the transits that are coming, and it's huge. Like, I can't even explain how huge it is. I know I've said this before, but there's a lot of really important things going on lately that are kind of unique. They're not necessarily unusual, but they're unique. It's the combination and the way that they're coming, the way these aspects are working, that are what make them so different. Of course, the planets, are always transiting and making aspects and creating squares and oppositions and stuff. That part's not unique. It's the way that they're doing it, what signs they're falling in, and how they're interacting with each other right now. Saturn crossing the galactic center may cause frustration. It's meant to. Saturn is, the Lord of Karma. Like I said, the taskmaster, the teacher, wants to better your life through your own hard work, knowledge, and understanding. And it's not going to better your life if you don't put in the hard work. Where is that frustration in your life for you? What part of your life is it? Is it in your career? Is it in your home life? Is it in your love life? Is it financially? Where is it? Your friendships? I mean, this can be anything. Your spirituality? Have you lost your way? Is it your health? Are you not taking care of, what you need to? Wherever that frustration is, Saturn is pushing you to grow and learn and expand. And it wants you to open up to something new in your life. Okay? And especially since it's in its last degree. Saturn in Sagittarius is, in its final degrees, crossing the galactic center. It's interfacing with all of the other major stars in the sky, the planets. There's a lot of aspects happening with it since it's right at the end. This is Saturn's final push in Sagittarius's energies. Well, I really should say Sagittarius itself as an energy, as a star sign, is really making its final push, interfacing, interacting with Saturn to teach its lesson before Saturn goes into Capricorn, which is going to happen around December 20th. And Saturn stays in signs for quite a long time. So Sagittarius is really, really trying to make a final push to get through what it needed to get through. So you are then prepared for Saturn going into Capricorn. So all of these aspects define the unlocking of something huge and something big that defines your future and your destined path. I covered some of this just in the astrology update, the video that I uploaded right before this. If you're blocking change, the more pissed, frustrated, and low you're going to go and be set until you're forced to change. And that's the reason for this frustration. The frustration is just going to build and nag until you kind of just blow up. And, jump up and flip tables over and make it happen. Because if you were too stubborn to catch the energy and move before massive frustration and roadblocks and stuff were put in your way, then Saturn's damn well going to make you do it now, one way or the other. But the important part is, in these changes, once you're forced to move, or whenever you did start moving, Your independence, individuality, and sovereignty needs to be maintained in all of it. I think that is the biggest takeaway of the lesson of Saturn and Sagittarius for everybody, regardless of what house it's hitting for you, what specific work it wants you to do. It has to do with individuality, which is a very Sagittarius topic. Freedom, individuality, your own sovereignty, your own choices. The energies for the next 7 days are going to move you. Sorry, I have to have notes here. This is like, I can't memorize all this so fast. There's no way. The energies in the next 7 days, we're going to be going through Moon Gemini right now. It's going into Cancer Monday. So tomorrow, we're going to have Moon in Virgo, or Moon in Leo then, Moon in Virgo, and it's going to be transformative. It's continuing the journey that we began about a week and a half ago, like super heavily. I mean, everybody absolutely now is feeling it. Like, you know that things are moving. You may not understand the destination yet, but you do see movement, or you will be frustrated into taking action and unblocking yourself. For you stubborn holdouts that you're still kind of like, nothing's happened, you know, it's going to, absolutely. The Lord of Karma, Saturn, is not going to let you stay blocked, because you can't get where you need to be if you stay in that state. So things are going to happen. And I suggest that you kind of open to the energies and go with it, so it's not done in a traumatic way, because, you know, people, if you know anything about Saturn, Saturn can kind of be a jerk. Like, since it's the Lord of Karma, Saturn can really kick in, like, okay, you're not learning? Well, you're going to learn today. For Kevin Hart fans. Look deeper with this Gemini full moon. Misrepresented facts. Looking deeper. Vibrant communication. Taking the darkness and bringing it into the light. Spiritual returns. Moral and ethical questions. Taking the high road. And oversharing are kind of the themes of this last full moon of 2017, the super full moon in Gemini. Stay practical. See the bigger picture at all times. Is full moon energies last for the whole month. Most people don't seem to realize that. Yes, they're strongest 3 days before, 3 days after, but the cycle continues through to the next full moon, and especially into the new moon. And that's when the two energies begin to interface, of the new moon and the full moon, whatever they were. And there's usually some kind of lesson in that combination of new moon energy and whatever the full moon energy was. There's this intersecting point where there's something that we are supposed to pay attention to. See the bigger picture, clear your energy, let go of what isn't serving you. That has been a theme of 2017, and a lot of people didn't kick into it until the very end here in the last couple months. Kind of took Jupiter going into Scorpio in October to really, really like put that into gear for everybody. So the clearing is, even if it's just old energies, I mean way old, like from childhood, or old ties to old boyfriends or girlfriends, or, you know, even if it's just in the energy realm or in the thought realm in your head, or these emotional ties that aren't serving you anymore, that you need to let them go. Maybe they're real negative, you know. The things that you think of that don't bring anything positive to mind when it comes up to you. That's the stuff to kind of start unpacking and pick through and let it go and clear the energy of it. Cut it loose. Like, that's the big takeaway. Like, cut it loose. Let it all go. Make your progress, you know, move forward. But this is not a time for major risks at the same time. And I know that sounds like a conflicting thing that I'm saying, like, you know, clear everything out and move forward and be fiery and just make it go. But there's a couple other aspects that are, there's 2 stars aspecting this moon. And also we have Chiron that's going to be going direct very shortly after this, in a couple days. Moon's going into Cancer on Monday. Chiron is going direct from being retrograde for the last 6 months, the day after that. But this full moon in Gemini is also aspecting 2 stars, which I'm going to get into. Some of you might be tempted. And when I say tempted, I mean by high drama. Not to sound too like, traditional religious, but immorality, you might be tempted by immorality. Kind of just the temptation to make decisions that you potentially otherwise wouldn't, that are not common in your character, things that you don't feel are right in any normal situation. You might kind of just be like, whatever, it's okay. The wrong side, the dark side is going to be calling us all. And I don't mean the dark side in the sense of shadow work. I mean the dark side as in whatever it is that you feel is immoral or incorrect or that kind of thing can become involved in your life in some way that you may not necessarily realize the impact of it, I guess. The impact of the decisions that you might not take so seriously, I guess, because of the general energies right now. The moon in Gemini and sun in Sagittarius are conjuncting 2 key karmic stars. And these are really key karmic stars. It is the heart of Scorpio and the star of illumination, or Buddha star, as it's also known. So the message here with those 2 conjunctions is keep your integrity, because they're kind of challenging you somewhat on a karmic level. And these are things that you really may not even see or realize. You won't see them coming and you don't realize they're happening. So it's sort of testing you at your core. And that's why I'm saying be very careful while you're in this process of transforming and moving forward and making all these changes to still keep your compass for yourself. Pay attention to what you're doing, where you're going, and who it's with, and in what context. And is that what you want in the future? Because we may end up going back and revisiting lessons that apparently we didn't learn, depending on what you do right now. Don't engage in high drama just for the excitement of it. Some people can subconsciously find themselves in those situations. Kind of part of the shadow work I was talking about. Maybe, screaming and yelling and stuff gives you some form of excitement, even though it's not necessarily positive in your conscious mind. Your subconscious mind is like, yeah, we're going to get in a fight, like the Pink song. So let's not do any of that just for the sake of the shock value or entertainment value or something new going on in life. Keep your integrity intact. You can gain huge right now. You really can. But you can also lose big. And that's the message, the take-home message. Take the moral high road. Stay positive. Your thoughts are extremely, extremely important right now in this Gemini air energy. Air energies are ruling thoughts. And what you think right now is very much going to manifest for you. So you are also going to attract whatever it is you fear. So I would suggest that you get into, and I mean, that's an overwhelming theme now for the next couple years, but especially under these moon and air energies and the planets as they go into air energies. They will bring you exactly what you fear the most. So you need to free yourself of those fears and the ties of those fears, because they manifest just as powerfully as positive affirmations do, because they're so big emotionally and they're so important in your mind that they are subconsciously drawing things in, because they're always consuming energy because you're so afraid of them. So let them go. Transform that. Dig deep, do the shadow work, bring the shadow side into the positive side, so the shadow side doesn't have the power to drag you down into your fears, into what it is that you don't want, while you're trying to manifest what it is that you do want. Don't let those things block you. Be careful not to overshare. That's the other thing. The Gemini moon is like super, super, buzzing, communicative energy, okay? But it's also under this influence of Mercury has just gone retrograde. That affects communication. It's kind of a big deal. In one aspect, the sun in Sagittarius, the moon in Gemini is wanting you to just talk, 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 interface, communicate, connect, you know, make all these connections, move forward, manifest, all this stuff. But Mercury's retrograde. Jupiter's in Scorpio. Neptune's in Pisces. They're aspecting each other. You might get too airy-fairy and too off in your illusions and delusions and way overshare. You might have word vomit. Let's avoid word vomit. And I mean word vomit in the negative. Like, everything's fine and then you find yourself going off on somebody the next second. That's part of this full moon, is all of these sort of opposing energies are meant to create change, but you don't want to take yourself in the negative territory and spend a couple weeks trying to clean it up. Think before you speak. Keep things that are very, very, very important to you to yourself. It's a lesson from Scorpio energies. You know, when we were in Scorpio season in November, before everything went into Sagittarius season, Scorpio knows to keep some things to themselves. And it's a lesson that some of the other signs have to learn hard. Like, some of the air signs can give a little too much, especially the fire signs can just let it all go. You know, hold some things back. But still communicate. I'm not saying don't communicate. And I'm not saying be fake either. But you will know exactly what it is that I'm talking about what you might be a little bit better to keep to yourself. Okay? If it's something that's going to devastate a relationship that no one is ready to deal with, maybe keep it to yourself. At least through this moon. Would be better to be brought up tomorrow, moon in Cancer, realistically. Or potentially moon in Virgo. Okay? The moon in Leo could be a better time. But right now, until late tomorrow, keep some things to yourself. Especially for those of you that just really feel the urge right now, like with a whole bunch of fire energy behind it, to just go tell somebody about themselves. I know some of you feel it. But still communicate, connect, allow the positive communication energies of Gemini to help you, but stay grounded in that. So that is the end of my notes on this super full moon in Gemini, which is like pretty cool, especially, you know, it's a very, very transformative one. All these aspects that are going on with it are very, very important, especially to the long run here. So it's really a good thing. It's a very social vibe too. Okay, enjoy that part of it. Have fun, get out, do something. Okay, if you're not into that, you can find other means of, you know, communicating. Don't miss the communication energies. A lot of opportunities can be brought about during these extra communicative times, especially when it is a air moon, like I said, with a fire sun. It really can bring opportunities about. Just be smart about them. Thank you so much for watching again. I did pull a card to find out kind of what a guiding affirmation or meditation could be through this full moon period for all of you guys, anybody that is watching. And I got, the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. Especially in this air energy, it's all about I think. I think too much. I think in a circle. So let that energy go. And it doesn't have to be prayer, meditation, whatever it is that you connect with as a resource. Okay. Yeah. But the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. So kind of let go of your end expectations here. But thank you for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. I love you so much. I appreciate you. If you are new, once again, welcome. Like, share, subscribe. I will be back with the December complete transits, you know, all the major things that are going on. That's going to be the next video. It'll be uploaded today. That's going to cover all of December. And I hope that you will watch that. And I will talk to you guys later. Namaste. Blessings.